They say this is a big rich town. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, welcome along to your 8th Java tutorial. It's Malik for Tech Enterprise, and in today's video, we'll talk about floating point data types. Now, what are floating point data types? Oh, sorry, before we dive right in, I just want to say a big sorry to you guys. I'm supposed to have uploaded videos the last few months, but I've been in and out of town, and I promise I'm going to make it up to you guys. So, like I was saying, what are floating point data types? Now, once you have any number with a decimal point, that number is called a floating point number. It could be, let's say, 12.3. It's a floating number, floating point number. It could be 34.44. This can as well be a floating point number. It could be, let's say, 54321.90. This can as well be a floating point number. Once you have any number with a decimal point, it's called a floating point number. Now, we have two types of floating point data types in Java. We have the float and we have the double. Now, what's the difference between the float and the double? Now, the float is simply a single precision 32 bits, whereas the double is a double precision 64 bits. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, this single precision 32 bits for float means that the float can accommodate lesser numbers after the decimal point than that of the double. Like the name implies, double. So you should be able to store more values after the decimal point than that of the float. Now, let me come down a bit to explain this. Now, for float 32 bits, it should accommodate lesser value after the decimal point. Like this could be said to be a float. This can also be said to be a float. This can also be said to be a float. I could increase the value. Now it's accumulating larger value than this one. So automatically this should be called a double, because double accumulates larger value after the decimal point than that of the float. Now, how do we declare a float and how do we declare a double? Let's come in here. We declare a float by simply typing data type, which is called float, and give it a variable name. I'm going to use first num, and I'll set my first num equals 23.4 and I end my semicolon. Now you notice that immediately I ended my semicolon, I'm having an error. I'm having an error because by default or automatically, Java stores all its floating numbers with floating point numbers as a double. So if you hover around here, you'll see required float found double. This is because by default, Java stores all numbers with decimal point as double. So how do I tell Java that, hey, I know what I'm doing. I'm declaring a float, and also my number is also a float. How do I do that? I simply come here and I put an F here. And once you put an F, it tells Java that, hey, I don't need a double. What I need is a float. Now, the next one, I could declare it float, second num. And I'll put my second number to be 13.54. And I also end it with my F. And here, I end in my semicolon. Then the last number should be float, answer, equals first number plus second number. I'll end in my semicolon. Then in here, I'll call my print line statement and I'll put first number plus, sorry about this, first number in here. I'll put a plus. I'll put another plus second number. And then in here, I'll put another plus or concatenate. I'll put an equals to. Answer. And I'll run it. Yeah. So once I run it, I should have. Yeah. So what I have is 23.4 plus 13.54 gives me 36.9. I don't like this here. I'm going to take it from here. I'm going to move it to the right. That's right, top right. Yeah, prefer it this way. So this is how you can declare this. Now just take note, what if I increase this number now? If I increase this number to, let's say, 4 5 7 6 3 2 1 5 6 7 8, and I rerun this. If I rerun this, because I'm using a float that doesn't store much values, it's gonna truncate this. So if you watch, for the float I have 23.445633. So if you look over here, the value, this large value here, has been truncated to just fewer value. This is because you're using what? A float. Now what if I come down here? I'll just copy this value. I'll copy it, and over here I'll type double my data type, and I'm going to write third number. I'm going to set that third num to be the same number, and I'm ending my semicolon. If you notice, I'm not having an error here. This is because I told you earlier on that Java automatically stores its floating point number as doubles. So down here, I'm going to call my print line statement shout, and I'm going to call that value third number. Now if I run this, it should give me all the values. So here you have a 23.45. It gave me a larger value than that of the float. So this is how you can declare floats and doubles, and this is how you can also use them in Java. I'll see you in the next video, and make sure you please subscribe to my channel, and also comment and click on the notification button to get new notification each time I upload a new video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
They say this is a big rich town, yeah, and I just come from the poorest part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it. This is where it goes down, yeah. I just have